Well, hello and welcome and hello. It's un poco mas, where we give you just a little bit more. My name is DannyDealz for Hurricane Lopez. Want to say thank you for joining us, all of you little MTV girls out there, you truck stop all stars, you car wash boys, you little shoe shine boys out there, you turds, you turd army. Guys, welcome and hello and welcome. I've got to keep this one really quick. You might ask, why don't you do videos? Why do you do lives? You don't have to upload them. You don't even have to edit them, name them. It's just shoot them up there, make a few comments, run your mouth a little bit. Shoot it right over to you. You just shoot it out live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. We'll do it live. To quote my godfather Bill O'Reilly. Um, Guys, of course, if the day ends in a Y, and today does, it's Friday. I want to talk about the Sofi Stock ticker symbol SOFI, the SoFi stock. Just inching up today, 13 cents or a little under 2%. If we take a look at the live short interest, a lot of shares were returned overnight in the aftermarket. Today, again, more borrowing, so 600,000 shares. All the volume was technical analysis, guys, doesn't mean anything without examining the volume and the borrowing and stuff because this is very suspect. It's like, Asfleck said in, when he was impersonating in the meeting with, the aerospace companies that wanted to hire Matt Damon. He's like, "You suspect." And guys, this volume is suspect. So 5 days ago, we're sitting 29 million shares, then 33 million, 38 million, 40 million. And then on, Mega FUD drop, options killing bonanza, bologna sandwich, forehead, drive-in movie, Chiaverini, reiterate, FUD, rain on the parade day. You get 74 million shares. And then today, all the volume back out of the stock. They're trying to do this shallow bull pattern on the volume. Of course, 2 hours left in the trading day. It is November 17, Friday, 2023. It's just after 11 a.m. out here in beautiful sunny Los Angeles. Hope it's a great day wherever you guys are. I just got off a long conference call, been working diligently and hard for the big dog, trying to make his money grow, make my money grow, keep everybody happy. But guys, it's a grind out there, on the grind all the time. Um, What's up, E Duck? What's up, Beach Boy? Guys, so I just want to check in with you and give you not some technical analysis, but some rational analysis that I try to look at the fundamentals, what's going on with the company. Technicals for me aren't just the chart, it's the behavior of the stock. It's what is the stock doing and why. You can't always just glean that from the chart. You have to look at a lot of other factors, and a lot of fudsters are out there. But today the stock is pushing up. If you look at the sector again, Upstart got hit very hard. Its market cap, of course, on the disappointing ER. So Upstart's up quite a bit, but Palantir very strong. Affirm just up half a point, but Affirm had a hell of a run on its blowout ER. But stocks like American Express, Visa up modestly. PayPal again down slightly, but PayPal was up yesterday considerably. So anyway, guys, SoFi stock up 13 cents on 23 million shares traded thus far. So volume is not, minuscule or anything, but again, 73 million shares. Probably by this point yesterday, they traded 60 million shares. So again, I keep telling you guys, they control the price action through volume and borrowing. They can control this stock. The problem is, guys, they're gonna have to let go, in my opinion. I look at a key level of $8.25, and I think basically everything below that has been complete bullshit. Why do I say that? Because there's no market made here. The last time we found any type of sideways trading, any type of consolidation, any type of real support is here, guys, from what is this, August 17 to around the end of the month. And this is at 8:15. This was always a key level. This push down below 8, this sort of last hurrah it has just been a lot of mechanic bullshit. It hasn't meant that much. Yes, they do wash people out on stop losses, and that is very unfortunate. And they do wash people out with panic. These are panic candles, guys. These are panic inducing candles. Look at these giant red candles. If you're some new guy and you haven't been doing this a few decades and have a few gray hairs, and I don't even, I yawn when I see these things because I'm like, what are they driving it to zero on the back of a great ER and when they're about to make money and going to go into indexes and, student loans were ramping up much faster than anybody thought and bank deposits are growing faster than anyone could have even imagined. And all the FUD hasn't come true. I'm like, am I going to get scared and dump my shares based on a big red candle? Of course not, but I'm not some weak-kneed, paper-handed asshole. And many of you guys are. So that's the problem. That's why these things work, because they're getting people to buy in here, buy in here, buy in here. Why do they create this extreme volatility on a stock that is actually boring in terms of its growth? In terms of the predictability of the growth, if nothing else, it's been surprising to the upside. Why create these extreme drops? Why create this extreme volatility? It's because retail returners, they're willing to hand their money to the market makers on a silver platter. What's a great way they do it? If you want to just lose money for no reason, buy these short-term calls. I mean, look at the action here, guys. And I went over this yesterday, but most of the options have been closed out. Now, some people open back up at 7. Um, but the only thing left is 650, guys. Everything else is closed out. Open interest on the calls. There was a little 6, but then you get into 30,000 at 7, 25,000 at both 750 and 8, 31,000 at 9, 10,000 at 10, 4,000 at 11, 2,000 at 12, all down the drain, guys. And similarly, the puts at 6 crashed and burned. These puts at 650, they might have rolled out of those at the lows. I don't know, but there's still a lot of those open, so it looks like maybe some of the bears were looking to push down quite a bit more than they actually could. And then there was a hell of a lot of open interest at 7, but it's not possible for me to discern exactly what happened. Like, were market makers able to dump these strategically on returners? My guess is probably, because these market makers are very, very smart. They don't get into these short-term calls unless it's a hedging situation just for no reason. They get in with a plan to get out of them and make money. But there was a lot of open interest, $8 puts. It's the options have completely changed over the last couple of weeks. Like, it used to be there was this big spread and it was really obvious, like bulls and bears winning. Now there's a lot of overlap. There's a lot of losers on both sides. As a stock is pushed around in this extreme volatility, I think kind of both sides don't know exactly what to do. Some bulls are waiting for net profit. Bears thought this macro would hurt the company a lot more than it did. It didn't really hurt it at all. In fact, the last ER was very, very good. So this is one of those stocks. It's a little bit rudderless, and the mechanics are just having a field day with it, just driving it up and down. But today the volume is like I say, moderate, but it's not getting that super uniform look on the volume that tells me the algo is just locked in. This is telling me there are some actual buyers coming into the stock, but the algo's stepping it up as it does, 670, 675, stepped up to 680. So it's been stepping up the stock basically in 5% increments. Um, Again, they already killed all the calls yesterday and overnight, and they already covered overnight. So now market makers are free to accumulate and cover the short positions they opened at 730, 733 when they were, shorting heavily. Now they can cover here, and that's a 50-cent spread, guys. It might not seem like that much, but it's a huge spread in, a couple weeks, a week. I mean, God, there's a lot of money to be made. You know, I'm not selling the stock short or anything, but it's not rocket science. If you look at the chart and you see what they're doing, it's like, they're basically hitting you over the head with a sledgehammer, and they're making money. Like, this isn't a normal chart. Look at the bottom. It's not consolidating down here. That's not normal support. If it was normal support, you'd see buyers and sellers, sellers would capitulate, a bunch of buyers would step in and they would meet at the middle, but you don't see any sellers along this line. And you see this wedge starting to get just a little bit tighter. I did slightly modify this line to cut off some of these tails and this line, just because I started measuring these distances, and it is actually getting significantly tighter, and the stock is getting wound up to do something. And people are like, oh, I'm waiting for 3, I'm waiting for 4, I'm going to buy heavily at 5. I mean, okay. I think you're going to be sitting there with your dick in your hand doing nothing, but whistling in the wind, telling fish stories about what could have been. And SoFi's up to 12, up to 15. And you're talking about, oh, I still got my buy order in at 4. When it goes down, I'm going to show you all. Like, yeah, screw you. I net profit. I mean, how's this thing going to go down below a multiple of like 1 year's sales? I mean, what are these ass clowns talking about? This company is doing very, very well. That analysis on Twitter, I mean, you've got Piper Sandler swinging. I just wanted to show you guys briefly. I checked people out. JR Research. I wanted to look at the article because I know his stuff. I know him, but he's a financial blogger. So out of the 27,600 they rate, he's number 2,000. So he's 3,000, top 10% of experts, good returns. And you see, he's not like some crazy SoFi bull. He had a sell rating assigned at $9 back in August, but has since turned bullish. And that's what I like to see in analysts is critical thinking. Are they actually responding? Does their position actually make sense? I have absolutely no problem with bears who don't like SoFi. No problem whatsoever. I mean, Piper Sandler has honestly been fairly bearish on SoFi, and he's the new, Kevin Barker is, I've read his reports. He doesn't just put this out. He puts out a report of why. And this guy is very, very smart and very, very good. You can see it in his success rate. He's 60%. His average return is in the double digits. If you look at him, he's number 186 out of almost 9,000 and number 500 out of 37,000. So he's top of the heap as far as their rating system. I'm not saying the Tip Ranks rating system is perfect or anything, but so he reiterated his hold at 850, which, it might sound bearish, but that's a 25% upside on the stock, guys. Think about it. And this guy's really good. And of course, the last two ratings, the Chia Pet and the Bologna Sandwich, the 4-head, the 5-head, and the Smirk. Um, you know, Kevin Barker's fairly bearish. He's a 5-star analyst. He's at 850. The other guys who are, the three amigos of FUD, Pareto, with KBW, and then the Morgan Stanley, Jeff Adelson, the other FUD professor, and then usually you'll throw in the chipmunk, Dominic Gabriel from Oppie. He goes Oppie, opposite field, Oppenheimer. Those guys are at 7, okay? And then the Bologna Sandwich just doesn't think at all. He comes out of left field at 5, and he just stays there no matter what. Like, he doesn't change anything. He doesn't read anything. He doesn't make any meaningful comment. He's at 5. Doesn't matter what the company does. Doesn't matter if they're growing. Doesn't matter if their margins. Doesn't matter if they're profitable. He's at 5. He was at 5 3/4 ago. He's at 5. The Chia Pet, likewise, he's still at 3. Like, Kevin Barker, who's a bit bearish, he thinks the company is worth 1/3 what Kevin Barker thinks it's worth. That's his honest opinion, right? Right. Right. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. That's my honest opinion. I'm not trying to shit on the stock to aid this feeble, failed short attack that just ended up taking a dump in its own pants. So that's where I'm at, guys. I notice I haven't read your comments because I don't really care what you have to say. Those of you that are smart are just going to do what you're going to do, and you're not going to listen to me anyway because you're too smart for that. And those of you that aren't smart are going to say a bunch of stupid stuff, and it's going to be the same old crap. And why put ourselves through it, guys? We've been there before. And these live streams just tend to go on forever when I get into your stupid, stupid comments. No, I'm just kidding. I heart you guys. You guys are the best. But anyway, that's what's going on with the stock. Let me just run you through just really quickly this article. Again, over at Seeking Alpha, you could check it out. It's JR Research. So this is basically my simple thesis. It fits in very well. Despite a tepid market reaction, I believe SoFi is likely oversold. Worst is behind us. I argue why SoFi's outperformance against its financial sector peers since late 2022 isn't a one-off. And this is critical, this sentence. It has demonstrated a viable path towards sustainable profitability. Investors should consider loading up the truck. I'm not giving financial advice. This guy's saying you should consider it. That's not really, he's giving you a little bit of a wiggle. He's giving you a little bit of an out there. You should consider loading the truck. That's his words, not mine. I would never tell you to buy SoFi, buy SoFi, buy SoFi, buy SoFi. I would never tell you that. Because I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm not qualified, and you need to think for yourself. He's JR Research anyway. We looked at his qualifications earlier. He's pretty good. Um, he's talking about it could fall down to 450 if it breaks support. Again, I contend it didn't ever really break support. It's all been shorting and borrowing under there. And they're going to have to unwind those positions before the ER comes out. Management's all, but people are asking me what's the chances management they don't turn in a, gap net profit. I think that it's at least 80% you get that gap net profit, probably closer to 90. You need a big unforeseen problem. And again, that's why I'm talking about 825 being the real bottom for this stock and everything else below that being bullshit. Barclays just came out and their analysts are usually pretty good. I mean, they're one of the older, investment houses, and they came out, I forget what it was, $8. Okay. And that's a pretty bearish take, but still a 17% upside. So they're desperate when they send out the Chia Pet to reiterate this thing again. I mean, he's reiterated this call like so many fucking times. It's just completely ridiculous. Like sell, sell, sell. I mean, he already reiterated the sell on October 29, and now 2 weeks later, he'll probably reiterate every 2 weeks. Remember this fun period? Like he was a buy back here and a buy back here, and then if you go back even a bit further, like he was a buy at much higher levels. Like he was a buy at 12 initiating and buy 11 all the way down, buy all the way to the bottom, buy, and then the company's executing and executing, and then he's a sell every 2 weeks. He's a sell. Anyway, I don't want to get too hung up on this turd. Let's go back to this article. Investors should recall posted a solid beat for Q3, raised guidance for the fiscal year. Pardon me. The company is also confident in achieving GAAP net income in Q4. In a recent November conference, management reminded investors about the broadening of SoFi's revenue and profitability growth fiscal year 2024. If you guys heard the talk by LaPointe, very, very strong, very bullish, very confident. SoFi's financial services contribution positive for the first time. Remember last year they lost about 50 mil. Continued operating leverage growth within the segment. This is key because that's been just the last one kind of dragging down the balance sheet or whatever. Or the profits anyway. Keeping the gap net profit in the negative there. Growth in overall deposits, 90% driven by direct deposits, with 98% of deposits FDIC insured. So there's absolutely no risk from these, these high net worth clients, some of these regional banks we're dealing with, and just so many uninsured deposits, so many risky bets. SoFi is the opposite of that. Very, very low risk. So clearly, its customer base has benefited high APY. In addition, the company's ability to continue driving loan growth through its marked deposits, 15.7 billion Q3 allowed it to benefit from higher net interest income. Observant investors should recall. And if you guys read the actual note, which I encourage you to do, that Kevin Baker wrote, he talks about some of the risks with the loans, and he actually does it in a very sober way, how the higher net interest income is basically going to be a wash with some of the higher defaults through 2024. And he gives us like a fair analysis of it. And that's why he's cautious, but not extremely bearish in terms of the SoFi stock. Also talking about how student loans went up a lot more than anybody thought they were going to. It's extremely, extremely bullish. Remember, 780 credit scores on those. SoFi owns like 60% plus of that market. So it's going to be really, really big when interest rates start to come down, whenever that actually happens. So securitization, BlackRock underscores management's confidence, high quality of SoFi's personal loan segments. Everybody wants to talk about, hey guys, what's going on, everybody? There's Mark. Guys, pardon me for like 2 seconds. I got to go grab some water. I'm dying here. What do you turds want to watch? Just want to just take a look at this exciting chart. I'll be back in 2 seconds, guys. Well, hello and welcome and welcome and hello and welcome and welcome and hello and welcome to those of you just joining us. Hello and welcome, and I would be remiss if I did not say good day and welcome and hello and welcome. It's Un Poco Moss, guys. Welcome back. So what was I talking about? I was going back over this article. Therefore, I assess the market seems increasingly confident about a further recovery in SoFi, and through though patience is needed given the recent market volatility. The volatility in the stocks has been insane. SoFi's buyers trying to defend 650 to 660, which it looks like as of today they actually did, which is basically defending um, this here trend line. So yeah, just defending this area. You can see the tails coming down below and buyers coming in. It just bounces off. See, there's never making much of them. A little bit of consolidation there, a little bit. But remember, this is heavy, heavy shorting here through late October, and then heavy shorting here, and they're just trying to cover. Like right now, today, I think they're trying to cover. But let's get through the rest of this article and the rest of this horrible live stream. What's up, guys? Who's out there? Let me just say welcome and hello to you guys. Beach Boy, Bobby. Um, nice job number 2, working hard, Bobby Atkinson. Like so many of you guys who are on the grind all the time, and you guys, you know what, Turd Army, you guys make this country work. You're probably in different countries too. You make those countries work. You guys are the hardworking people, saving, investing, and I salute you guys. It's like, a lot of us get up early. We work very, very hard, and it's frustrating when we see other people that just don't want to pull on the rope. But for those of you guys who get up early and you just work your ass off, guys and ladies, I don't mean that to be like gender specific. I know women are out there working their ass off too. So, guys, take a little break between job 1 and 2, man. You deserve it. Get you a good sandwich or something. Get you a Sammy. Get you a Jersey Mike's. Get you whatever you like. Jersey Mike's isn't that good. You probably got a local place that's better. Anyway, guys, I know people are working hard on a Friday. You're going to your second job, man. That's, and you have a good attitude about it. It says something about your character. C-Bar, happy Friday. What's up, Mark? What's up, Not a Lurker? What's up, Beach Boy? What's up, Bobby again? Tom, what's up, Tom? No, I sold a lot of shares. About I don't know, about 100,000 shares at 68, 63. I still have a lot of shares, and I just bought some shares at like 34, 35 cents. So I'm still ass deep in 10x, but I made a ton of money on it, which is like what I like to do with penny stocks. Alberto, I don't know where he is. I don't have a geo tag. I don't have an air tag on Alberto. You guys monitor Alberto. That's your job. What's up, Heirloom Cedar? What's up, Doug? What's up, JRP? Adam DeMonico, 10x. Yeah, I'm going to make another 10x video next week, guys. Don't worry. It's just bullshit. It's going to go back up. The drug is worth a ton of money. Um, I still hate you guys, Not a Lurker. Buy more. Hockey Rink, you said it, not me, buddy. If Hockey Rink's giving financial advice, I can't be held responsible for that. I can't monitor the comments, guys. Kathy Wood picked up a bunch of shares. Mark Cares picked up shares. Don't you think Noto should do more in addressing the stock price? David Harris, it's tricky because he doesn't want to punch down. He's basically staying above it. He's buying the dips and he thinks it's all going to work out, but it's very frustrating because he can't directly address it. He's company's supposed to be too big to worry about shorts. It's not supposed to be a little penny stock, so it's a balancing act on that one. Let's see, guys. Phil Hodgson, good news. The turd bags keep the stock of buying prices. Couldn't care less. Yeah, I hear you, Phil. Just long and strong. That's the way to do it. You don't have to monitor. You don't have to worry. What strike and how far out? God, I could tell you what I'm doing. Let's see. I don't know. I got some actually in my sofa because that's like all you can buy. These turds. Let's see what I got. I don't have all. I have more options other places, but let's see what these fucking SoFi bullshit investments are doing. So I got some $9 315 2024s. I got some $9 for 2020 middle of 2025. I got some $9 for looks like early 2026. I don't have that. I don't have that many leaps. I have more like 2024. They're not really leaps. They're not that long. But anyway, guys. Let's see. Bobby Lotto. Yeah, those. I don't really think so. I think you're gonna go well above 9 in my opinion. Price target for Q4. You mean by Q4? Do you mean after the ER? 1375 is my price target, Sandber. If that's what you mean. I hope that's Princess J. Throwing out some hearts. Love you, baby. If that's you, if that's not you, I only like you guys. I only half heart you. But Princess J, a full heart. Dave Herr. Dave Herr, you heard. July 2024. Alberto. Alberto's here, guys. For those of you who are worried about Alberto, I do have an air tag on him. Yeah, Alberto's a very popular guy. Must be very very handsome and a good dancer. 10x, yeah, I keep talking about 10x, guys. I still have a ton of 10x. Stop buying 10x. Don't buy 10x, you idiots. You don't know how to buy penny stocks. You'll get jumpy and you'll sell it at the bottom. I promise you. That's what people do, and that's why retail doesn't make money on penny stocks. Because they're all a bunch of weak-handed, paper-handed turds. Bunch of shoe shine boys. Bunch of car wash all stars. Bunch of truck stop boys. Just shoe shine all stars. Why don't you go on home and get your shine box? That's what you can do for me. Not give me advice about stocks, you turds. Let's see, guys. Alberto is a male exotic dancer. I can believe that. The thunder from down under, if you will. Um, anyway, guys, I don't know if I want to read the rest of this stupid article. It's pretty much basically gives you a bunch of numbers, what I think. It's undervalued. There is some risk. Notwithstanding that caution, basically saying you could fill the gap downward, which is of course true. The stock can always go down. I'm not delusional. I know the stock can go down. So it has demonstrated the resilience of its deposit franchise. That's really the key to their growth, guys. As long as they keep getting these deposits, they're going to be just fine. I mean, yes, over the short term, the macro can be problematic with some additional defaults. They could basically cut into their profits, but I do think they're going to make sustained profits through 2024. It's just a question of how much. And if you do start to see some at least flattening of interest rates, and then hopefully with some downward pressure on interest rates, maybe toward the end of 2024, we just have to see what happens as far as inflation. Of course, the Fed's still a little bit tepid on inflation, a little bit worried. They just want to put a toe in the water, just baby step it, just Bob Wiley, baby step it to the door, baby step it out of the office. Guys, Gil is a city fish, okay? Just to note that. Um, What's up, Paul Clark? I'm glad you're enjoying the live streams, guys, because they are hurting my voice and making my headache very, very bad. I don't even want to hear myself talk, but I've been doing big dog work for the last several hours, been doing calls, and it's just kind of a way for me to blow off some steam. So if you guys are enjoying them, I really appreciate it, guys. Really appreciate you joining me. There's 50 brave souls on board right now, and 54. Yeah, exactly. This line, Alberto, Mopar is really understanding what's going on. The line is extremely significant because the stock keeps just bouncing off like very, very forcefully. It doesn't really consolidate here. So the line takes on more and more meaning. It's just really, really solid support. So the people looking for 4 and 5 and 3, the Chia Pet Army, I'm not seeing it, guys. I'm Turd Army. I'm Turd Army strong. Um, and you can see, guys, I mean, even with the $3 and the $5 rating, the average is still $9.15. So if you cut off the Chia Pet, which you really should, the average would probably be more like $10 and 40 plus percent upside. Um, yes, what about Bob? So what is this? Some type of radical new therapy? He's like just basically trying to murder him. The great movie, absolute classic Bill Murray. And the Straight Man Drive. It's just mad. It's just comedy magic. That movie. That was like the height of some of these comedies. Of course, Stripes. I mean, Bill Murray's made a lot of really funny movies. I'm a big Rushmore fan. Like I said, SoFi is my Rushmore. This stock is my Rushmore. We're gonna start offering an optional 13th year in the SoFi stock program. I'm gonna offer a university, SoFi University. It's going to be just teaching you guys how to hold SoFi over your entire lifetime, leave it to your heirs, hopefully on a tax-free basis. But even if you have to pay some tax, it'll be worth it with the massive gains you guys are making. Guys, this live stream is getting less and less coherent by the minute. I'm going to let you turds go, but give you one more check of the live short interest for anybody. If anybody has anything to say, anybody wants to throw anything out there, regarding the SoFi stock or otherwise. Otherwise, hope you guys have a great weekend. Be safe out there. Happy Friday. All that, goody goody bullshit. Let's see. Okay, yeah, guys, a lot of borrowing today. Another 1.6 million. So deeper and deeper they go. They did return some shares yesterday. But again, just if you look over the basically what's been 2 weeks, guys, since the ER, shares on loan up 15%, short interest up 7%, utilization up 5, short score up 2. Um, the value's down, the stock price is down, but um, most of the stock price reduction since earnings 740 or whatever it was, it's all been borrowing. It's all been shorting. Nobody's dumping down here, guys. Nobody, everybody, their management's telling you, you just took all the pain in Q3. Just hold on for a couple more months, and the cavalry's coming. For the stock price, it's basically read between the lines, turds. It's not super complicated. Um, Another SoFi related Anton Chigurh reference. I'll see what I can come up with, Doug. It's just it's like, don't put it in your pocket, sir. Then it becomes just another coin, which it is. Like, yeah, there's a lot of crazy Anton references. Like, you have any idea how crazy you are? It's like, do you mean the nature of this conversation? It's like, no, I mean the nature of you. It's like the guy doesn't even understand what a psychopathy is, and that's part of being a psychopath. So, basically very robotic type of mindset. You just kind of super analytical to the point other people can't even really identify with you. You know, it's kind of it's a very interesting character study. I am a huge, huge fan of No Country for Old Men. He's like, I'm looking for Llewellyn Moss. It's like, did you go up to his trailer? He's like, he's not there. Well, I'd say he's at work. Would you like to leave a message? He's like, where does he work? I ain't at liberty to give out no information on our residents. He's like, where does he work? Did you not hear me? I can't give out no information. That lady in the trailer park is one of my favorite characters. She's got a pistol right there. He's ready to like bash her brain with that cattle prod thing. Then he hears the toilet flush. He's like, oh. He's like, shh, I'm out. So I'm a huge No Country for Old Men. I could probably recite the entire movie, guys. Like one of the funniest things, like one of the best lines I could like for stop my stock investing is like when he's talking to Carla Jean. He's like, I'm fixing to do something dumber than hell, but I'm gonna do it anyway. He's like, that's what you bring in the guy water. It's agua, agua, los lobos. He's like, I ain't no lobos. Anyway, guys, sorry guys, just kind of rambling, obviously. Yeah, I've seen the movie quite a few times, Doug, as you can see. Big Coen Brothers fan. Big fan of movies in general. So anyway, guys, slow. Yeah, it's gonna be a slow week with Thanksgiving. That's true. Want to win. Paper hands a drop. Yeah, I'm fine buying in the mid 30s, Bobby Joe. But yeah, under 30 even better. I don't think you're gonna get anywhere near 20 again. Not with the news. P3 seems like a layup. But guys, the SoFi stock ticker symbol SOFI, they're borrowing again, pushing it down as hard as they can, killing options effectively. Obviously, anything 7 and below is well dead. Even 650 calls you didn't really make out. They're still holding on for those. Made a few cents, but not too much, so they're not getting hit too hard. Anybody exercising those bad boys. But anyway, guys, it's a SoFi stock. The ticker symbol is SOFI. I hope you guys all have a great weekend. I wouldn't worry. Support hasn't broken down. I don't think we're going to see 4 or 5 or anything like that. I expect a big run up before the next ER. Gap net profit is a huge moment for the stock, particularly a financial. With their business model, their margins, they're going to be set up to make free cash flows for decades to come. I think the CAGR has been highly, highly underestimated, guys. I think, analysts looking 19 over the next 5 years, like they're guiding for 34 this year. What makes you think they can't grow at more than 20%? I think they can grow for the next 5 years at 25% quite easily. I think they're going to have products that are growing in ways that, people can't even really understand what this company is going to look like in 5 years. So, you know, it is what it is, guys. I think analysts are underestimating, fuddish, bearish on this company quite intentionally. I think the company itself sandbags. So, you know, 10x and SoFi have a baby. Yeah, that would be one ugly baby. Um, would look like, hopefully, it would look like Noto and not like Lavasa Menden. Um, yeah, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to hold the stock at least. I mean, I'm not going to say I wouldn't sell any shares if it did some crazy spike, guys, but you know, I'm going to plan to hold this company for a long, long time. I want to see those free cash flows. I want to see the free dividend at the end of at the dividend at the end of the decade. So I think this company is going to be a top 10 financial institution, but it's going to take 10, 12 years to get there. And if I'm alive, Lord willing, hopefully I'll still have a shit ton of shares and even more and more and more. So you guys have a great weekend. I appreciate you watching. It's SoFi. It's Un Poco Moss. My name is DannyDealz. Have a safe, happy, fun weekend. Don't worry about your stocks. They will be here to torment you and cause you nightmares again on Monday morning. Enjoy your friends, family, and other pursuits because the markets aren't open anyway. You guys have a great one. I'll talk to you soon. Peace. I'm out.